guys, I'm Jen Falk, local realtor with Coldwell Banker Bain and brand ambassador to Around the Cove. Today I'm taking you to the newest barbecue joint in town, Creekside Barbecue, and I'm here with the owner Steve, and we're going to take you around the store to see what is up in this place. So here's Steve, the owner and pit master of Creekside Barbecue. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Steve.
Well, hey all. I started my culinary journey back in San Francisco, doing fine dining, Michelin 2-star work. Fell in love with barbecue, and I've been doing that for the last 12 years.
And what kind of barbecue are we doing over here?
We consider ourselves more of a Central Texas style barbecue. We smoke over whole oak logs to impart a nice neutral smoky flavor to the meat. That being said, barbecue is very regional, and this area is full of transplants, so we like to do a little of everything. Our sauces reflect that. We have 6 very regional sauces, from our North Carolina vinegar dip, South Carolina gold mustard sauce, which is fantastic on pork, Kansas City sweet sauce, which is great on our ribs, and a Texas red sauce, which works really well with our brisket. We also carry an Alabama white barbecue sauce, as well as a California habanero hot sauce.
That sounds amazing. I'm gonna have to try all of those things. But in the meantime, would you mind taking us around and giving us a look? So how do I get my order in here?
So at Creekside here, we have a couple of ways that you can order. One, come up to the counter. This is the best way if you have questions on the menu or want to chat a little bit before sitting down at the table. We're happy to take your order right here. Pour your beer, get you your glass for your sweet or unsweet tea or Coke products. You can also come in and maybe you have the kid, and you bringing the kid up to the register is a huge pain. I get it. Sit down at a table, take out your phone. We've got the QR code at the tables. You can order and pay at the tables. That will send your ticket to the kitchen. I'll cut your meat for you, put it right up here on the counter. We'll call your name. You'll be able to see the pitmaster slice the meat right in front of you. You can request fatty or lean brisket. You can do that at the cash register. Or we always like to chat with our guests, so feel free to just knock on the glass and say, hey Steve, can you slice me a little bit of fatty brisket today? I'll be happy to. Our indoor smoker, his name is Duke. We always name our smokers. They're effectively a full-time employee. We love them and treat them just like we would an employee. The smoke stays kind of above. It's not going to come out into the dining room, so when you walk in, you're going to know you're in a barbecue spot, but it's not going to be like a smoky campfire barbecue spot.
And I can smell that smoke. It smells amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much. Right now we're doing a spare rib, which has been trimmed down like we said. And so that's the St. Louis cut rib right there. He's very economical on the wood. 4 to 6 logs, fresh logs, will get us through the night with our cook, which is really nice.
Yeah, and you know you're dealing with a real chef when he just goes bare hand into a pit of fire.
Yeah, right. I tell all the employees, you cannot be afraid of fire at this job.
Awesome. Let's talk sides. What do you got going on?
So we have some excellent sides in-house. We're super happy with how they've been turning out. We have a campfire style pit bean, which we take a dry pinto bean. We boil that down with some of our red and mustard sauce, as well as the bean cooking liquid. Chop some brisket and pork into it, serve it as a side. It's an excellent side dish. It's got a little tang, a little kick, lots of big chunks of meat in there. It's very popular. Our red potato salad is another super popular side dish. Really happy with how it's turning out. Boil the potatoes with a little apple cider vinegar as our secret ingredient in the boil, and then we mix it with the mayonnaise base with just a touch of mustard, some nice fresh peppers, some nice fresh celery. Gives you a little crunch, a little color. It's a great side dish as well. Mac and cheese is always super popular. We actually make our sauce here fresh in-house, and if you've ever had a mac and cheese that the sauce is a little oily or it separates a little bit, we've actually gone through multiple testings with multiple recipes before settling on one from a buddy of mine who's a chef in New York City. He does brunch at one of these places that does 500 covers a day, and they're known for their eggs Benedict. He gave me a little secret, little magic dust as we call it, that holds the cheese and it won't separate throughout the cooking process. He uses it with his hollandaise, the ingredient worked really well with our mac and cheese as well.
Okay.
We also have collard greens. We do a very traditional pot liquor style collard greens. Chop some bacon, make a ham stock, throw those greens in, let it go. Finish with a little bit of a hot sauce. It's a very pepper forward side dish. Gonna get you in the back of that throat when you eat it. It's delicious. We also offer some sweet potatoes that we cube and boil in an apple juice cinnamon broth. Very sweet, really nice if you like that kind of a sweet potato-y, boiled sweet potato. Think Thanksgiving-ish side dish. Our horseradish infused coleslaw is another popular one. It's fantastic on our Charleston pork sandwich, which is our chopped pork, the South Carolina mustard sauce, and a horseradish infused coleslaw.
Now, I know we have a lot of, San Francisco Californians in our group. Where did you work before at the barbecue place?
So the barbecue place in San Francisco was Memphis Minis in the Lower Haight. Shout out to Bob, the owner. He unfortunately passed a couple of years ago, but he really gave me my first break into barbecue. After that, I was the pitmaster at Cedar Hill in the marina before transitioning into running a food truck, which was all the rage in San Francisco. So if you've been to outside lands in San Francisco and come to the Rib Whip, that was my truck. So we did all sorts of fun venues throughout the city.
Well, I can't wait to taste what's in here. But in the meantime, you guys are open on April 1st. No fooling, no joking. But where are you located and where can we find you on social media?
We're at Salmon Creek Square in Salmon Creek area of Vancouver, 910 Northeast Tenney Road, Suite 119. Just follow your nose and you'll smell the smoke right to our door. Our website is creeksidebarbecue.net. We've got our online menus. We've got our online ordering from there as well. Contact information, and you can sign up for specials there as well. We'll be adding on some fantastic specials once we get our feet under us here.
All right, I'm really looking forward to that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Around the Couve.